Hey everyone, so in this module and basically in this presentation, I'll do a brief overview of the Sport Administration College to Career. So this PowerPoint is based on what our Career Services Department has created for you all. And obviously the most important thing that you all want to achieve, I hope, is your degree. And in doing so, the career services, career development have created a lot of tests, a lot of underlying assessments that you all could do for yourself. So that first part, which we have done and will do, is to know yourself. Know your strengths, know your values, what do you stand for? And then you want to explore some options. And once you do that, and this is the point of the presentation along with the PDF document, you really dive into what jobs are out there. Maybe you didn't know about some, maybe you did, but you really want to explore your options. And then by exploring your options, we mean getting out there, volunteering for different things, getting to know people. Once you find perhaps your niche or what you really like, maybe it's a couple things, you want to get focused. You want to start making decisions. You want to start putting that into action. That's with the courses that are coming in front of you and after this course, and then those after college, of course. And then obviously you want to take action. So again, taking advantage of networking opportunities. When someone comes to your classroom to speak, we have a lot of guest speakers. Go down there after they speak, get to know them, shake their hands, or give them a bump or a nice quarantine space, whatever you're comfortable with, but get to know them. Thank them for coming. And I don't think it's that difficult to ask them if you can maybe follow up with a 15-minute coffee conversation via FaceTime or Zoom or something like that. You have to take action. You have to gain experience. All those volunteer opportunities that are going to be sent out over the next 4 years or 2 years, take advantage of those opportunities. So again, when we talked about exploring your interests, what do you think that you may be interested on or in rather? This comes with all sorts of assessments. Obviously, the Career Services assessment here at UC has a lot of assessments to help you really find your niche. We have these two obviously in personal assessments, and those begin to build and develop what you stand for, what you may be more obliged to do, or where you think you would be best suited to go. That doesn't always mean that these are you have to stick with them, but maybe you should start with them. But they also inform you of the skills that you will need to continue to build to get that job. So just to follow up, again, Career Services has all these opportunities, and you'll be doing some of those in the courses that are after this one, and the practicum courses that are after this one. So again, what can you do with your major? And I think that many people out there will ask you when you say, I'm majoring in sport management, well, what is that? I've never heard of that. Or what kind of classes do you take? What kind of curriculum is there? And I think it's okay to say that our major is more of a business major. We learn about the business of sport, but we also learn about the underlying issues in sport that help you. We also learn about management. We also learn about the psychology. We also learn about sociology. We also learn about research and sales and applicable things that you can do with your major. So what can you do? I would encourage you to check out that PDF that's in the module as well. There's different areas. Obviously, there's the big areas that you all see, which is intercollegiate athletics, perhaps high school, professional sports. Nobody, if you ask them in the GM office, got to the GM office after graduation. There's things that you have to do before to get there. But there's also other areas that you can explore in sport that you may not necessarily know. So, for example, nonprofit. If there's not your dream job out there and the only job that's out there is in nonprofit, for, let's say, the Y or local community, you can still build those tangible skills. You can still build those networks. Once you're in the sport industry, you're in the sport industry. It's just a matter of what you do once you are in it. So 2090 and 3090 obviously have our requirements in addition to your big internship. So make sure you make the most of that time, and not just during a semester, because if you're in this for 4 years, you only get 90 hours before going into a 400-hour experience. That's going to be difficult to tell your internship site why you're the best person for the job. Take advantage of the opportunities to volunteer. You also get to learn what you really don't enjoy as well as what you really do enjoy. So the more things that you're able to, the more events, I shouldn't say things, the more events that you're able to attend and volunteer, and the more information that you get on the inside, the better inept you'll be to make those options to further your career options. Again, I just want to point out those internships, those volunteer opportunities are so important to your professional development. Obviously, 2090 and 3090 have more professional development assessments with them, as well as this one. Handshake is one good way to find internships. They're posted within the university. They're also sometimes posted outside. So make sure that you gain experience. Don't wait until the end. And who could have ever planned for a pandemic? And I had 45 seniors in a semester, and a lot of them, what the underlying theme was that they wish they would not have waited until the end to gain experience, because a lot of them were cut short but didn't have more than that 90-hour experience that was their only experience. So don't make sure you're not in that same boat. Get the experience, make the sacrifice. If you're going to want to be working in sport, you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifice in your life. That's missing grand events and those types of things, because this industry does take a lot of time, and you will not, it's not a 9 to 5. So if you enjoy that, great. If you want a 9 to 5, it's probably not the industry for you necessarily, but again, this is good to get experience and explore. It also expands your network. In terms of undergraduate research, you can put yourself in situations where you're part of that in terms of analytics with other colleges and things like that. So make sure also that you're paying attention to those things. Don't just go to explore sport industry volunteer opportunities such as track meets or things like that. If you want to be a part of analytics or some more research, or think that you have interest in that, go to all the events on campus. I encourage you to. And often you'll see the latest sport gadgets and things like that at a lot of these research-led events that they have on campus. Service learning. So this is what we're talking about, volunteering. Honestly, majority of it is going to be nights. It's going to be weekends. So if you have the opportunity to get out there and volunteer, please do so. No experience is too little. So play with kids, get to know the background of how that operation's running. Again, get out there with the players and go to elementary schools, those types of things. All these are projects that you can become a part of and put that on your resume and gain experience and gain a network. All right. So again, same thing here. There's different opportunities here to explore, just because I want you to use that forward thinking, and it doesn't necessarily have to be sport as you see it for the Reds or for FC Cincinnati, or let's say the Bengals. Sports encompasses all. So get out in your community, have that experience, volunteer. You never know who you're going to meet. And also it looks great on your resume that you are a part of the community, that you are aware of what's happening in your community, and you do want to be that of help and an assistance in your community. So job search and graduate school, I know it's sometimes some of you are freshmen and some of you are sophomore, and it's a little early to be thinking of that. Not every profession requires a graduate degree. Certainly, if you're going to work in intercollegiate athletics where you think you want to, that is probably a route that you will eventually want to go, but that doesn't mean that you have to go right from undergrad to your master's. If you have a graduate assistant position, great, because it's free. But often when you go to work at institutions, most institutions will give you some type of tuition reimbursement. So that's another type of, um, I guess, privilege and opportunity to take advantage of. Your resume, your CV, your personal statement, cover letter, all that can be discussed in career services and will help you get that job. You'll also be doing a lot more resume updating and cover letter writing along with LinkedIn in your succeeding practicum courses and internship course. So Handshake Career Platform, this is through UC Career Services, where most of you will be making your appointments to meet with career services personnel. They also have internships. They also have part-time jobs that are on campus. So make sure you receive notifications and updates. This is almost like an Indeed platform, but it's specifically for you as a UC student. So make sure that you have that up to date. You have your profile ready to go. You can always check this in addition to Indeed, Teamwork Online, and of course the updates that our program will send you. So again, those of you that will take the succeeding courses, you will have career coaches. Those are from the Career Services Center. Obviously, those will be done online, so you don't even have to worry about getting there and getting an appointment. So you can do this with a career coach. They are there to help you. You actually pay through your student fees for this, so make sure you utilize this. So that is pretty much the end of this presentation. Again, just little tools that you can be aware of, keep in the back of your mind as you go through this course and as you go on to 2090 and 3090 before taking your internship, what to do with your time, how it should be best spent if you want to make the most of your career and get that job after graduation. And certainly meet with your faculty. We are here to help in any way that we can and trying to get you on the right path to graduation and that job after.